Welcome everybody to ICA TV. We are live from a beautiful summery, bright day in West Wales, apart from the snow yesterday. I don't know what ladies you're dealing with in your part of the world, but I'd like to introduce you today to Nichola, who is running a business from her home, like a lot of us are doing at the moment, and her business is called Body Stress Release. And I just want to say hi Nichola.
Hi, Teresa. Lovely to be here. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. And part of ICA TV here is to share about amazing businesses that are doing so much good out in the community. And also we're championing women. That's what we're here. We're championing women and their businesses, and what an amazing thing we're doing to support our communities and other people in business as well. So total honor, darling, for you to be here. I heard just there a little twang that I cannot see that you are actually from the UK. So do tell us all about that sort of beginning of your business.
Right. So I'm originally from South Africa. I am a British citizen. I have British parents who moved over to South Africa in 1968. Wow. We're all back here now. My brother moved back about 35 years ago. I was never going to move here, and here I am. So
welcome home.
Thank you, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So I studied body stress release down in the Western Cape, in Cape Town in South Africa. Amazing time of my life. You go and you're in this bubble, and you get so encompassed and wrapped up in where you are, and then you go home once you finish studying, and that bubble pops. It's awful. But we're all changed. We all change. You change as a person when you go and do the course. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think you're right. Amazing. I think you're right. Once we're in a bubble of education, whatever we are, the people around us motivate us, the teaching, the learning is exciting. And the hardest bit for all of us business owners is when we come back into the reality of the real world. And then, oh my God, what do we do now? How do we get this amazing business off the ground? Or how do we talk to customers? Or how do we, get a list and get people to come and see us?
That's right. That's right.
Did you find that quite hard?
Very hard because, well, I'd say in South Africa, it was easier because it was more known. So setting up there, I find, was a lot easier than setting up here because you've got people, they know about it, they're on the website, there's people talking about it. But initially starting up the business, yes, because you've got all that anxiety about, how am I going to get out there? How am I going to get people to know about me? You're talking to friends, you're talking to family. You've just got to get out there and do what you need to do. Talk to as many people as possible, and build the business. It takes time. It does take time, because body stress release is not a known. If you mention a physiotherapist, a chiropractor, an osteopath, everybody knows what they do. So I work in a similar line to them, just a different kind of technique, but people don't know it. So if I go and say, oh, body stress release, oh, well, who are you? What do you do? So for me, moving up to Sandbach in Cheshire, it's an unknown, and I'm trying to still get out there, build the brand name here, plus build a name for myself. And it's quite difficult. The closest to me is Birmingham, down south, and the other closest to me is Scotland. So the world's my oyster here, but we've just got to get to be a known.
Absolutely.
So that body stress release is on the mouths of everybody. I'd like that to be. I'd like that to be a spoken name.
That's a nice goal to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a touchable goal.
Household name. I'd like it to be a household name.
And so body stress release is a system, a technique.
Yes.
What do you, I can see your nice board behind you, so everybody watching, that's true, I can read it. But I would like to just to share with us what it is that your technique solves.
A myriad of things. So I work with clients starting migraines, headaches, neck ache, back ache, upper back, arms, working down, lower back, hips, knees, feet, cramps, heartburn, indigestion, irritable bowel. It could work with low mood. I've had clients get a lot of energy from a release, but then on the other hand, I've got clients get really, really tired and be tired for 2 days. So it just depends on what the body is going to release and how you're going to, what's going to happen. Everybody's totally different. I cannot predict on what somebody's going to feel like. So generally all aches and pains, I said restless legs, I said sciatica, all common, and a lot of those issues come from the neck and the lower back. If you release those two areas, everything else will come back into place, because what I find is that those two areas, if there's problems blocked in those two areas and it's not sorted, it will then refer the pain elsewhere to the body. So depending if it's neck will be upper body and arms. If it's the back, that'll be lower back and down the legs.
Yeah, it is very interesting because, you know, my very limited knowledge about only my own body, you know, and it's the fact that we hold things in our body. We hold memories in our body.
We do.
And that becomes part of us. And eventually we don't see it or don't feel it because it's a normality until it builds up and it builds up until it becomes a problem. So
no pain is normal. No amount of headaches is normal. I had a client and I said to him, oh, how often do you get headaches? And he said, oh no, just normal. I said, well, what's normal? And he said, every day. That's not normal. No. You know, I was quite blown away. I'll never ever forget that day. I'll never forget that day when he said that to me.
I suppose we do, you know, from one headache maybe to every now and then to another one twice a week maybe, and then all of a sudden it's 3 times, and then we haven't got one for the next day that we have, you know, eventually, you know, we sort of thinking, okay, well, that is me, that is what happens to my body. But you're saying it's not, it's something that you can deal with. Oh, I think we've paused.
Are you there?
Oh, hi, Nichola. Yeah, you
froze. Have you frozen, Teresa?
I think you're back.
Yeah, that must have been, it must have been the signal, because you also cut out there.
That's fine. That's normality. This is where we are in the world. This is, we are working on this internet thing, and every now and then we do freeze, and I think it's happening quite a lot around the world at the moment. So it's absolutely fine. I think everybody who's watching has had this challenge, or if you haven't, let us know how you're not doing it. That'd be quite nice. I can't remember my question. Oh yeah, my question about normality.
Oh right.
So it isn't normal to have a pain. It's not normal to have an ache.
It's not normal to be experiencing any of that. You know, also people say, oh, I'm getting older now. You know, this is age. I get out of bed in the morning and I hobble about, but you know, it's because I'm old. I'm getting old. No, it's not.
Do you think that's something we've inherited? You think people, you know, within the years of life, you know, wherever it is in our history, we've heard people go, oh, you know, oh, my back aches, or, yeah, I must be getting old.
Oh,
I've lost your picture.
I've got that was a yes, our technology again. That was a call coming in because I'm on my phone. That was a call coming in.
Love it. We like reality. This is what we're about. We can deal with anything that happens. We're good.
Oh gosh. Okay. So
being old, my darling.
We're being. It's you don't need to get up out of bed and hobble about, because if you go to somebody like me, it doesn't necessarily have to be me, because you have to find the modality that works for you. But I am number one.
Obviously, my sweet.
You don't need to experience that pain. You don't need to work with that pain. Pain's very debilitating on a daily basis. It affects mood, it affects relationships, it affects everything.
Drains us, doesn't it?
Very draining.
Yeah. And your ideal clients, so we've got our list of things behind them. Have you got an age range, or do you work with everybody, or a different type of I was going to say the word sex. Are we allowed to say sex? Different type of sex.
That's a difficult one, because your ideal client is who needs what you've got to offer. And my youngest client has been a premature baby in a hospital back in South Africa. Oh, wow. She was only 2.5 kilograms. I don't know what that is in pounds. I went to the hospital and I worked on her. To my oldest client I've got here now, I think he's 83. So it's men, it's women. I do like to work on, I'd say my average clientele is 40 plus, looking up, because I think they're then that much more in tune with their body. They're more in tune with the process. I would love to be able to work on children at school that are battling with just the stress and the workload and the impact that that's having on them for their studies, for their concentration, because this could full well get them being a lot better within their bodies.
Touched me on a subject of my heart there. So education is a huge thing in my life, and I'd like to talk about that, as in young people and how our system, is it called a soapbox? Let me get on it, hold on. About the system and how we teach our young people. And I think I had a very lovely interview with Claire a couple of days ago, and that's up on ICATV, and that is about different ways about teaching young people, and it doesn't have to be so curriculum based, and also that stress it actually causes within the young people and within their bodies. So maybe there is sort of like even more therapies out there that could be beneficial to these young people who are not stereotypically normal, whatever normal is in the eyes of the education board. Awesome. Oh, you have a business partner come in. That's really cool.
No, that's my dad. He's painted another bit of the fence today. So
all right, keep him mobile.
keep him busy and active. You've got to keep the mobility going. So going back to children, they've got the school system, and this is what children need to do, and this is where they need to be. This is how they need to perform. They have to be, are they athletic or are they academic? Well, I've got a child who's none of those. One doesn't want to be in school, doesn't want to follow the rules, doesn't want to do any sport. So, what do you find for those children? Because they grow up now believing, well, they're not accepted. Because they're not part of the norm. They're not fitting that letter and envelope. They both fit together.
But that's
very, very difficult.
Again, soapbox time. Totally agree. And just because young people aren't doing what they're told, that's a bit controversial. Sorry. Or am I sorry? Not really. They're not being told what they're told means that they're not okay. And actually, they are absolutely perfectly fab. Perfectly okay, amazing people, and they are actually going to be people that are going to rule our world.
That's it. I believe that,
because they're not in this box of higher educational, whatever that means, in the world of dare I say, whether it's in the politics world or going to the right school or the whatever. Things are changing.
Definitely.
And we have not fast enough, I might add.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to write controversial on our interview, because we never know who's going to be watching. Is that it isn't moving fast enough. But if we can provide therapies that are going to help, or a different educational system that's going to help more, they say every child matters, individual learning. I think it's a word, or words that are linked together, so it sounds good. But I think for everybody out there is an individual, and if whatever works for them, whether it's walking around the woods and learning about the birds, or learning about something that they're interested in, whether it's music, or whether it's hiking, or whether it's art, or whether it's maths, whatever it is, as an individual, then if that works for them, then that works for them, and that's what they should be focusing on.
That's what I agree 100%, because it's just, I hated school, to be honest. I hated school. I didn't want to be in school. So, and I believe the pressure is just so much more now.
I can't imagine.
But what are they studying that they're actually going to go and follow through with later in life?
Very interesting.
None of my school studies have got me to where I am now.
No.
Yes, I went to go and study this, but that was a choice.
Yes.
And I'm happier now than what I've ever been.
Yeah.
But the children today, it's difficult.
It is a challenge, and I'm going to put controversial on our interview, because we are touching on your business, but also the fact that everything impacts our life, and the fact that you've chosen to do something later in life that you are absolutely passionate about. Helping other people, doing a system that helps other people, including myself. I am absolutely passionate about helping female business owners achieve their dreams. But that wasn't from our education, where we were sat in school behind, say, a blackboard. I don't think they have blackboards anymore. I think they have whiteboards. So they definitely have blackboards, because that chalk hurt when I didn't duck, because I wasn't a very good student, because I am dyslexic. So to get out of school was quite a relief for me. And so it's actually learning those techniques of our passion that we can help the world, and you having one as well. It's all good. Life is life, and where we are in our world, and we're helping people in our homes. God, I'm sat on the landing, ladies and gents. This is very exciting, and this is real stuff.
Yes.
And you don't have to be in an office. You don't have to have, was it 1980s, suited and booted. I have washed my hair, because I think it's a good thing. But we don't have to be I say it a lot, BBC darling. We are who we are, and that's because the business people or the people that we introduce into our business are the people we want to work with.
Well, that's it.
Which is amazing.
As you said earlier, I work from home, and I absolutely love it, because I'm in my conservatory, freezing cold in winter, boiling hot in summer. But the outlook that I've got is I've just got all fields all around me. I'm the last bungalow at the end of my lane. I've got a nice big garden out here, and it's now, if I was in an office block, you don't get the same. I wouldn't have the same feeling coming in here. I'll be sitting with a client, and then a rabbit will go across, or a squirrel, or with my client the other day, there's this bird tap 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 tapping at the window. That bird must have been tapping at this window for 6 hours, and the next morning it was there again. I'm sure it just fancied itself in the window. But we've got things to talk about without just being stuck in a room somewhere.
Yes, totally agree. And again, that goes back to our previous little chat about education, about young people, and about what we experienced as children, and education as well. I suppose what I'm saying, trying to say, it's the fact that you do not have to be put in a mold. If you have a dream, if you have a wish, if you have something that really gets you excited, then I swear, bloody well, look at it and go for it. Because I personally believe, like you do, we've got one life. Let's do what we want to do, whether it's helping people be creative, not me, ironing, it's not my thing, but if it is your thing, then make something from it to help you be happy.
That's it, exactly.
Life is too short.
I just believe in quality, not quantity. So yes, while I am busy building a business at the moment, I don't want to be run off every hour of the day through the hour. I want to be able to give a little bit more to my clients, have a cup of tea with them, have a chat, because quality, not quantity, and that's what I live by.
Yeah, same. I think that's probably why we work well together, because you're part of I Can Achieve in our Action Club, and that's exactly my policy. If you need me, then let's grab a coffee. Unfortunately, virtually. One day
I'll come and visit.
Yay! But it is that, isn't it? And if you can give more within your business, then you're going to stand out from the crowd, rather than being a 9 to 10 o'clock or a 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock and 11, to be able to be flexible enough to go, actually, same conversation about every child matters, every customer matters to you. And if you need to go one step further than a normal consultation, you will do that.
I have a client, my 80-year-old that comes to me. He comes from Liverpool. So he's got an hour's travel to get to me. We chat for an hour before we even start the session. and then we have a bit of a chat after, so he can be here, and I book him 2 hours, because I know we just get on so well, and it's nice to have a chat.
Yes.
I book him that extra time, and I will always do that for him. And then he's got an hour's travel back home. So I'm happy to do that. I'm prepared to do that, because I'm not paying an absolute fortune to pay rent somewhere else.
Pay for a room. Yes.
I don't have to pay for a room.
Benefit for working at home.
Yep.
And you can drink your own coffee.
Yes.
Or water. Depends how good we're being. Absolutely. What are you actually, I'm going to touch on this dream, what are you actually looking for in your business right now?
I would, looking for in my business is to grow my business, to get some more clients through the door. But in doing that, you have to get the know, like, and trust of people. People get to know you, they like you, they'll refer, clients will then refer others to you. That is what I'm hoping to achieve in my business. And if I get that right, the numbers will grow.
Absolutely. We buy from people, not the service. We buy the service and the people rather than the product.
That's it.
Yes, your product and your skill is important, but we as human beings have a choice to go somewhere else.
Yes.
Whatever that is, whether it's buying a phone or a pencil or whatever, but it's the service around that know, like, and trust of that individual that actually makes a difference. And part of what we're doing here on ICA TV is actually sharing you as a person. Oh my gosh, totally to visit you. It's quite a way for me. If you're like you are a very long way from me, to pop over for a consultation. But that coming over, even though we're in this little box, is the fact that you're a personable person. You would give time for that consultation, and you will do your utmost that service is going to be high quality at all time, which is all we can do as a business owner, but all we can do is as a customer to make sure that that's in our realm. We expect high quality. Yeah. Well, my darling, I'm gonna love and leave everybody out there, my sweet. I think it's been amazing chatting with you today. Anybody in the area who has a pain, I have a few pains, but I'm not sure they're the same ones. They're called Daisy and Dancer, and they're dogs, but they're different. They're definitely pains. But if you have a pain, or you are suffering from a headache, or you are going through some sort of, whether it's a trauma, or you've tripped, or you knocked, or you bumped, and you've had that for a while, I'm sure Nichola will spend some time with you on the telephone or a Zoom call to chat through what would be done, or what could be done to support you. And I think what we're saying is, don't suffer in silence. Don't whinge about it. Do something about something that's actually hurting you, because it's, as Nichola said, it's not normal to be in pain. I will send out links on this lovely little thread, this computer thing, so where people can get hold of you, my sweet. But it's been an honor.
Oh, thank you.
Absolute honor, and I wish you all the luck in the world with your business. And as I want to say, you don't need it because you're working with us. We will get you where you need to be, my darlings, and we will catch up in a little bit. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to say goodbye to these lovely people who are watching, and then we can grab our virtual cuppa.
Right.
Everybody out there, my sweets, ICA TV is there for you. If you are a female business owner, we will interview you, and we will send it out onto our lovely platforms so people get to know you and your business, as well as you can share it all on your social media as well. So if you're interested in an interview with me, we're quite chilled. There's no stress. We're actually quite happy to relax and chat about anything you want to talk about, but also it actually opens up the world to you in a different way. So give me a shout if that's for you. We will love and leave Nichola, and we will grab a coffee.
Thank you.
And we will catch up with everybody soon. So bye from Teresa and ICA TV. Take care. Bye.
Bye.